I grew up in a family of 5, didn't have a whole lot of money, so I found myself drawing all the time. Used my mom's steak knives, which she didn't like, but I always build like forts and masks and things for my little brother out of cardboard, and just anything I get my hands on that was around. Just loved doing it. That was the dream, was to be a famous cartoonist. Once the kids came, I became a stay-at-home dad and just did some freelance work where I could work at home. A friend of mine took me to a studio in Edmonds and I got my hands on some clay. That's when I thought, this is what I really want to do, is more three-dimensional kind of sculpture. So I kind of made all the stuff that I did, the cartoons, caricatures, I did that three-dimensionally. The stuff I enjoy the most about sculpture is working with the clay. I don't enjoy as much the painting process, even though, you know, it really makes it come alive, but just working with the clay and sculpting, that's the absolute best part of it. A lot of people think art is just a visual kind of thing, but I mean, I just read an article this morning about Einstein and his theory of relativity. I mean, it's kind of creative thought where you kind of take imagination and skill and you can create anything. It may be a science problem, it could be cooking, it could be visual art, it could be performing art. Yeah, anybody that does something creatively with imagination and skill and enjoys it, that's art. As an artist, you kind of strive to be very unique and very different, and that's what I love to do. You know, I've kind of created my own style. I'm constantly evolving, but when people tell me, they kind of recognize me for, you know, the quirkiness, weirdness. You know, sometimes people ask me if I have really weird dreams, you know, it's like, not really. I see myself as a pretty normal person, but I like looking at the kind of odd, quirky side of life. A lot of my stuff is based on strange creatures or the oddness of humanity. Things I see, sketches, I've done stuff based on music lyrics, phrases, anything you see in the newspaper or television, nature. Yeah, still working on the best thing I've ever made. Because you're always striving to do something different and better. The things that you create, most artists I know, they always see some flaws in it or something they'd rather do different. So there's a lot of pieces in my yard. Most of the pieces that I have in my yard have flaws in it. Otherwise, you know, they'd be in the gallery. And occasionally I'll do something that I really, really like, and I'll keep it for myself. Like I said, I'm in this co-op where we have sales 2 times a year, and there's a number of galleries. You know, when they purchase it, it kind of forms a connection. You know, they appreciate the same things you want, something that really appealed to you, something that you were passionate about or you thought was funny. You had that connection with them where they felt the same way. You're not sure what it is, but they liked it enough to put their hard-earned money out and purchase something of yours. Even if I wasn't making any money, I would still continue to do it. Find some kind of creative outlet, draw, paint. It's a creative release. Well, I've taught a lot of kids courses too, and it's kind of sad that for the most part it seems like when kids get to about middle school, a lot of them stop creating art. And there's that famous quote by Picasso that said that every kid is an artist, you know, but the hard part is, you know, become an artist and stay an artist when you grow up. You kind of lose that. And a lot of kids get to the point where they get very self-conscious. You know, they're creating something and maybe somebody will make a comment, and then they'll start questioning themselves, and they'll be afraid to create because they think it's not good enough. And so many creative kids, they just stop because they're too afraid of criticism. Early ages, first, second, third, fourth grade, kids are great. They're crazy. They're taking all these chances. They'll do anything because it's fun. They enjoy it, and it's kind of a release. But it's really sad when they just stop doing it and forget that. You know, you just have to continue to do it. It's fun. Everybody should have a sketchbook. Everybody should continue to doodle or whatever. And it doesn't have to be drawing. You know, it can be anything.